Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to show you the Werewolf Shapeshifting Fury Druid. First in a budget build, and then I will show you a little bit of gear that you can get after that and then be stronger and have more magic find. But let's get right into the build. Put in 20 into Werewolf, 20 into Lycanthropy, 20 into Fury, and then I decided to put in 20 into Cyclone Armor to be more safe, to absorb damage, and like the rest of my points into Hurricane to freeze the enemies around me. But you can also like go into Summoning and put points into Grizzly, put points into Heart of Wolverine. I just felt like for what we want to do, going to Travincal, these summons don't really survive much. So that's why I want to have more survivability, and that's why I am going with Cyclone Armor and Hurricane. As for the gear, I at the moment have a Obedience in a Thresher. So a Thresher has a nice base attack speed, which works very nicely with the new shape-shifting attack speed calculations. And a Rock Stopper for more resistances and a bit life with the perfect ruby in it. Just a random rare amulet, but if you can get your hands on an Atma Scarab, that would be nice because the amp damage proc on striking breaks the physical immunity that sometimes spawns with Ismail from the council. I have Asaru's boots for a bit of fire resist and faster run walk. You can put in any other boots. I have some life leech ring, nothing special. I have a smoke armor for the resistances. I have a string of ears, a Raven Frost, which is very important for Cannot Be Frozen. You could also like find something else, I guess, with a Cannot Be Frozen. Like there are some belt options. For example, the Death's Sash that you can now upgrade to have more potion slots. So Cannot Be Frozen is very important, but also the attack rating and the dexterity is very nice on this ring. And Laying on Hands, which is very important to this build. It's a cheap item, so you can get this early. You can get this for, I don't know, maybe a co-rune or something if you trade for it. But it has 350% damage to demons and 20% increased attack speed on top of the 50 fire resist. So it's all that we want for Travincal. This is like the holy grail gloves for Travincal. Other than that, I have just charms that give me a little bit of resistances. I don't even know. Yeah, I have 263 fire resist. I don't even need this charm, for example. And yeah, I'm also a bit overcapped on lightning. So these are some pieces are perfect. Like for example, the Rock Stopper has like perfect resistances, and as you can see, you don't need that. It's just because the hero editor always spits out like perfect gear, but it's not that important. And you can use other stuff as well. You can use a lower helmet if you are fine with the other resistances, and so on. Nothing else, and I have enough strength to equip my Obedience, which is 122. Then I've put in around 150 in dexterity to have more attack rating, and the rest into vitality. Okay, in the second weapon slot, I just have the Reaper's Toll to show you the difference, because Reaper's Toll will be the next like huge upgrade for this build. And yeah, let's just jump in. Get your Hurricane going. I mean, you have to walk up to it, and maybe a Cat's Eye as the amulet would be nice for more fast run walk. Also, my boots only have 20%. And then, yeah, you just like bury them down, right? I mean, the damage is very amazing. It's pretty high, or high enough. Also with your survivability. You can also recast your Cyclone Armor now and again. As you can see, the Hurricane slows everybody. And if we put on our Atma Scarab, we have a pretty nice chance to proc amp damage, which boosts our damage significantly, so it's also a pretty cheap amulet, I'd say. Doesn't always proc, but it's a decent chance because we're hitting a lot. So as you can see, it's not the fastest speed, of course. We are in a very budget build. We have the Obedience rune word, which I think the most expensive rune is the Fel rune in there. And maybe you need to find a base, but you don't need to do it in the Thresher. There are other options as well. And you can also, like, I experiment a little bit with something like a Voice of Reason for a sword, or Lawbringer for a two-handed sword or something. So there are some options you can toy around, but I found that this works very well. Let's do the same with a Reaper's Toll. So if you can get your hands on a Reaper's Toll, like non-F version, doesn't have to be perfect, just any Reaper's Toll because it's so amazing. It has plus 33% deadly strike. There's a very good attack speed. You put in a Shell Rune and you're good to go. And the 33% chance to cast the Crepify, so we don't need the Atmos anymore. You can also, like in your second weapon slot, go with a Spirit, Sword and Shield to pre-buff yourself and cast your Werewolf like that. And as you can see, like, damage is pretty much insane for just equipping like the Reaper's Toll and maybe like having the laying on hands, and you have no problems. Also, Reaper's Toll has a lot of lifesteal, so this is awesome. Easy. Okay, so now I want to show you what gear you want to aim for, and I have this Druid right here. If you want to have more Magic Find, which makes sense if you're like running Travincal. Like on this Druid, I have the Reaper's Toll again. I have a Jalals with an Rune and maybe other options, but it just boosts your resistances by so much, which is very nice. I currently run a Cat's Eye. You can also go for High Lords, or if you are still on a budget for a Mahim Oak, or maybe if you have a lot of gear, you can have a Maras as well. But High Lords, of course, gives you additional attack speed. If it's good for a breakpoint, then you should maybe wear that, and it also gives you a lot of deadly strike. But Cat's Eye like gives us a lot of fast run speed as well. Then I have a Scholars for the Magic Find, which is very nice. I also can equip like Duress, a Wealth, or Fortitude, but I wanted to go with more Magic Find. And also have War Travelers, a Ravenfrost, Gold Wrap, Nasal Ring, and of course Laying of Hands. And we have 300% Magic Find with this. Also a Geats, a Grand Charm for more Lightning Resist and Cold Resist, and then 3 Shapeshifting Skillers. And a little bit of Magic Find, small charms. I mean, they don't have to be 7% MF, it's just like what I got. And Annie, which currently seems to be getting cheaper by the day because there are a lot of declone walks. And the Druid Torch, which also shouldn't be that expensive. But again, this is not the budget variant, this is more like the Magic Find variant. And this can be tweaked a lot, of course. This is not like final, it's just what I put together now. But considering resistances and better charms and options and damage, then you can get even higher. I don't even know if you need a Laying of Hands still, because the damage is pretty good. As for the skills here, it's pretty much the same. Of course, we have more +2 skills, which is very nice. And then again, you just walk up to it. Unfortunately, we cannot teleport if we would have Enigma in shapeshifting form. What you could do is, if you have Enigma, you can just teleport up to the council and then shapeshift. It saves a couple of seconds, I guess. Hey, there's already a unique. As you can see, oh, there's one more. But like, I think what we're missing is mana leech somewhere, so keep that in mind. Again, this is not like super optimized build yet, but you can also chuck some mana potions. It doesn't cost a lot of mana to use Fury. So yeah, this is like the Fury Druid for running Travincal. I think like the Fury Druid is awesome with the new attack speed calculation, because you can run something like Reaper's Toll, which has everything we want. It has Ignore Target's Defense even, it has Decrepify on striking, a lot of enhanced damage, it has Lifestone per hit, Deadly Strike, just overall a really great weapon. And it kind of doesn't matter what else you slap on your character, because this will take care of most of your enemies. Laying of Hands is very good against demons, of course, which the council consists of. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, maybe got you some inspiration about this build. I want to run it. I may be building a Fury Druid for ladder now, because I'm having a lot of fun with this, and yeah, it just gets the job done very good. So if you like this kind of content, please leave a like, of course, and consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Good luck, have fun, and goodbye.